If you are relocating to a new area and buying a home, this is something I really want you to hear before you close because what I see over and over again with relocating buyers is this. You get the big picture right. The location makes sense, the timing works out, the numbers check out, and then you move in. And real life starts exposing things no one talked about. Not inspection items, not obvious red flags, but small daily issues that slowly wear on you. By the time you realize them, you already own the house. So let's talk about the hidden home issues that tend to catch relocating buyers off guard after the move and how you can spot them or try to before you fully commit. First one is noise, and this one is huge. Most relocating buyers see a house once or twice, maybe midday, maybe on a weekday, and they assume, seems quiet enough, but that tells you almost nothing. What you don't see is how the street behaves at 7 a.m. or what happens at rush hour, whether this road turns into a cut through in the evenings. If there's a nearby school with bells, announcements, or pickup traffic, weekend sports fields, early morning trash pickup. I've had buyers move in and call me saying, I had no idea this street sounded like this, or why is it so loud every night during dinner or after dinner? That's not something an inspection catches. That's something you catch by asking better questions and seeing the area at different times. Next is natural light. This one surprises people all the time. You walk through a house, it feels bright, and you assume that's just how it lives. But light changes depending on the season, the time of day, the orientation of the house, and what's around it. A winter showing with bare trees can feel totally different in the summer. A morning showing can hide how dark a house gets in the afternoon. Nearby homes or future developments can completely change light patterns. When you're relocating, you don't always have the context to know what's normal. That's why I always encourage buyers to ask which direction the home faces and where the primary living spaces get their light throughout the day. Because once you are living there, especially if you work from home, that matters more than you think. Another big one is utilities and infrastructure. This is a major blind spot for relocating buyers. Things like septic versus sewer, well water versus public water, propane instead of natural gas, older electrical systems, internet options that are very different from what you're used to. I've seen buyers assume high-speed internet is a given everywhere. It's not, I have to tell you. Same with water pressure, gas availability, and even reliable cell service in certain areas. You want to know what systems are in place, how they are maintained, how they are built, and what's considered normal for that area before you close, not after your first few utility bills. Now let's talk about layout, and this one is sneaky. When you're relocating, it's easy to focus on square footage and bedroom count. But how a house actually functions day to day can feel very different once you are living in it. Laundry in an inconvenient location, primary bedroom far from the kids' rooms when that matters to you, garage access that makes daily life awkward, no drop zone for shoes, bags, or backpacks. These aren't things that jump out in a showing. They show up when you are running late, carrying groceries, or trying to get everyone out the door. That's why I always tell buyers to mentally walk through with a normal weekday in the house. Morning routine, evening routine, where stuff actually goes or will. That exercise alone catches a lot of regret before it happens. You want to picture yourself living in the house. Another thing relocating buyers don't expect is neighborhood rules and expectations. Not just HOA rules, though those matter, but the unwritten stuff. So how parking really works, how people use the street, whether neighbors are social or private, how strict things are about noise, outdoor space, or even trash cans. I've seen buyers move in and realize their idea of normal doesn't match the neighborhood culture at all. And that can make a house feel uncomfortable really fast. This is where driving the area multiple times, talking to neighbors if possible that are out and about, and asking direct questions makes a big difference. And finally, one that gets overlooked all the time, local maintenance realities. Every area has its own version of normal wear and tear. Maybe it's humidity. Maybe it's snow or soil movement. Maybe it's intense sun exposure. That affects roofs, foundations, siding, HVAC systems, and even landscaping. Relocating buyers often don't know What's typical upkeep versus a real concern in a new market? So they either worry about the wrong things or underestimate something that actually requires ongoing time and money. This is where working with someone who understands the area beyond just the price point really matters. Here's the bottom line. Relocating isn't just about buying a house. You are buying into a lifestyle, a rhythm, and a set of daily realities you can't always see during a showing. The biggest mistakes I see aren't emotional, they are informational. Buyers didn't know what questions to ask because they didn't yet know what was different about this area. So slow it down just enough. Look past the listing. Ask about noise, light, utilities, layout, neighborhood norms, and long-term maintenance. Those are the things that don't show up online, but absolutely show up once you move in. Have a grand day from Grand Allure Home Group.